Right, good morning. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Got somebody working from home who's been here all morning and just decided a minute before I go live to make a phone call. I've told him to speak quietly. Right, well, I'm just waiting for somebody. This is, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm Terry. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Distress Oxides. We're going to make something in about similar to this. Okay, using stencils and Distress Oxide. If you are watching on YouTube, could you subscribe to my channel? That would be great. If you're on Facebook, then obviously invite friends to any future demos. I'm doing twice a week. And if you're watching on replay on Facebook, if you could just sort of say replay, and then I'll be able to pick up any comments after and answer any questions. I'm normally doing a demo on a Wednesday morning and Thursday afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do tomorrow. We've got a hospital appointment. So I'm actually going to do the second demo this week on Friday. And I'm going to do it at 7:30 in the evening. One of the reasons for that is we've got quite a few people from overseas. So it's a pretty international group at the moment. Morning, Mary. And I thought if I do it at 7:30, a few of them will be it will be convenient for their time zone as well. So we'll just see how that goes. If you haven't allowed StreamYard, because I'm streaming through StreamYard. If you haven't allowed StreamYard to use your name, if you make any comments, can you actually put your name after or before the comment? Otherwise, it just comes up as Facebook user, and that's it. Morning, Maria, and morning, Sally. Right, let's get going. Right, I said in the beginning we're going to be making something along the lines of this card. They never turn out the same. I've just got to remember what I'm doing. First things I need to do is to make. I'm experimenting at the moment with card. I'll just cut this one in half. Because the Distress Oxides and the inks, they all react differently on cards. So it's a matter of experimenting and seeing what we've got. I'm actually using Pink Frog at the moment. And I'm finding it really good, to be fair. Obviously, because they're water solvent, or they're not water solvent, they react with water, then watercolor card is ideal for them. But I just want one card that suits everything. So I'm trying Pink Frog. It's a smooth card. Morning, whoever else has joined us. I don't know if you missed it. If you comment and you haven't allowed StreamYard to give me to use your name, if you put your name in any comments you make, then I'll know who you are. Okay, but good morning. Right, first things first, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make something that we can actually stamp onto, so that we can do our sentiment. So the three inks I'm using today, different to the ones I was, is Scattered Straw, Carved Pumpkin, and Picked Raspberry. I always want to say Pickled Raspberry. The reason, the oxides, they will layer up, but you do need to, as far as I'm aware, you need to dry them in between layers for them to lay it up properly. Now, they shouldn't, in theory, make mud. As I say, in theory, they shouldn't make mud. To prevent colours making mud, it'd be easy if I tell you what makes mud. The three primary colours, red, blue, and yellow, all combined together make brown in different quantities. In different quantities. But those three colours, if you've got them together, that's probably why you get mud. If you use three that doesn't have all of those three colours in, then you should be, in theory, okay. Hope I'm not confusing. So I've got, in essence, I've got red and yellow here. So I've got no blue, so we shouldn't make it shouldn't make mud. The pink is probably white and red. Orange is made from yellow and red, so we've got yellow and we've got yellow. So there's no blue there, so we shouldn't have any mud. That's that going for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a background for the sentiment first off. I'm going to put some on my mat. Let's see if I can. And to do this, it's better to go from the edge. If you go straight down, you're going to have a hole in the middle. Unless you sort of bash it, I don't know. Anyway, if you go from the edge, you're going to get a nice colour. And I'm not going to go over the top of that because they will discolour. I've heard that you can just sort of scrape them off or wipe them off, but to me that's a waste of ink, so I don't want to be doing that, and I'm fussy. I've got a little bit of discoloration there, but it's okay. Oops. Now I want to spray, so I'm going to spray this. And I know a lot of you know what I'm going to be doing. You see it with the oxides, they sort of oxidize and move. They move around a lot more, I believe. I'm pretty sure because I've done this before with the Distress inks. So I did. Oh, here's my card. So basically, I'm just going to smoosh this down. And then, as I said, we need to dry it. Get big bullets. You can keep going with this until you make a few backgrounds and all your paint is gone, but I usually take forever, so I'm not going to do that. Morning, Vic. Yeah, that's it, Maria. Smooshing. Ooh, I think this has gone a bit too wet. You see all those little. So that's, let me see all those little bits. That's because it isn't, but they create lovely texture on there, and it's better than a lot of cards I've used. It's because to get them perfect, you need watercolor card, and watercolor card is just so expensive. I'm doing these separately because I do actually want to see the pink distinctly. I'm going to go in there. Probably put too much on there, and now I can sort of control where it's going, sort of. I don't want it all over the place. So I don't want it all over the place. And what do? Put it all over the place. But there you go. And I'm going to dry this off again quickly. I like all the way, did you see that? Come down. The way it oxidizes, yeah. So I'm going to put that to one side. It's not going to be dry enough for me to stamp on, so I'm going to bring in ones that I've done earlier, but I don't want them for now. So anyway, that was just to show you how that works. Now what I'm going to do is get another piece of card and go through the various, as I said, this is, yes, nice abstract art, Vic. No, it's not a hairdryer. You can't use a hairdryer, Vic. These are specific tools, heating tools. A hairdryer, I think, is either too powerful or not powerful enough. This one's got 2 settings on, which is useful. You can get the tools that look like a hairdryer, but don't use a hairdryer. You can't. Okay, right, now what I'm going to do is go through some of the, as I said, this is for beginners, so I'm going to quickly go through all these different things you can use. to, there's loads and loads out there. A lot of you have seen this. I'll just get a few out. Got that. We've got this. Have I forgotten anything? Brushes. And these. I can't have them all out ready because I'll lose them all. Right. Okay. So actually, to put the ink down onto your card or paper, there's various different things on the market. These are just some of them. So they go from a tiny little dauber, which will do sort of smaller work, and just go around with it or just smooth it. Okay. I actually should use these more, but I don't use them. Then we've got the cheapest version, which is a kitchen sponge, and I do like this. And I'm just sort of dabbing lightly on. If you're not sure, just dab there to see if you've got colour on there, and build up the layers. Don't just go right down. Now, to me, I prefer the first one, the cut and dry foam. Right, that's the reason, is it? Sally? I've never used a hairdryer because I've been frightened. I think in the very beginning somebody might have said on one of the craft channels, don't use it because you'll burn the paper. So ever since, I've never ever tried it because I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. Right, so I've used that one and I've used that one. Next we'll go to these like makeup sponges. They're cheap if you buy them as a makeup sponge. These are not makeup sponge, these are the proper, well, if you say proper ones, only because I was at a craft fair. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Now these get a lot of ink on them. See that? So to start off with these, you need to put it down there a bit and then in a circular motion, and then you can bring them out. All these you can bring them out and fade it away, fade it in. Okay. Right, I'm not actually going to blend with other colours this morning because I'll be here all day and you'll have all disappeared. Right, next one is I think these were probably one of the first things on the market. They've got like the Velcro and felt on the back, and it's a sponge, basically the same as, or similar to that, but I would imagine that it is, the sponge itself is a better quality, and they might be made specifically for blending. Now they do take a bit of time to get used to. Again, I do like to see, just to make sure I haven't got too much on there. And you need to go from the end of card in, to come in from that way. You can actually go in the middle, and again, in a round motion. But if you're going to go straight in at the middle, then you need to be light first of all. If you're beginning, I would start seeing how you do from the edge first, okay? So you circle it from the edge. It does take a lot of time to get used to. There is an easier way to use these, and I'd forgotten about it. I don't know if I got my stuff. Yes, I have. There's them, and while I'm on it, if you're a beginner, let's stretch over here a minute. You can actually use glycerine. Now, basically, you got your sponge. To put a little, oh, that's what I'm doing. Have I got an orange one here? Red one. And to use it this way, you need to put the ink onto your mat or glass, okay, because otherwise you have glycerine in there and you don't want that. So basically you want, I've decanted some glycerine, just the ordinary one from the pharmacy, and I'm taking, oh, here it is. I keep them separate for obvious reasons, because you can see it does get greasy. And I'm going to go in, did I go in there first? I can't remember which way around, because I haven't used this method for ages. I'm going in the glycerine first. Quite a bit on there. And then go in. And that was the wrong way round, I can tell straight away. Oops. Because it glides over. So if we go in here first, and then if you're looking for whether I am actually doing it correctly, no, that's still Sheena Douglas was the one that was famous for doing this. So if you look it up on YouTube with Sheena Douglas and glycerine, then you'll see how she does it. But it does go on really, really easy, and it'll blend really, really well. I just find it greasy and messy, so for a beginner it's great if you don't mind getting messy, but I don't like it. So then we have, put them away, was that one? Yeah. Oops. And then we have the brushes. Now I've only just, as some of you know, just bought this one. The jury's out. I'm not convinced it's better than my Inkylicious brushes. It's a makeup one, which is a lot cheaper. I haven't played with it as much, and the reason being is I've only got, I'd like one for each colour, so I don't want to be contaminating. So there's not that many, so I'd have to keep washing it unless somebody can tell me. Perhaps don't use the egg daubers enough. No, I'm not finding them that easy. Oh, right, yeah. Like Sally. No, it's dried. It won't, it's obviously not chalky like this feels. No, it's fine. It's not greasy. Does it come off? I suppose I could. No, it's on the card now. It's no, I don't think it comes off. I've not. So anyway, these brushes, I'm going to think that one out, what to put on it to test it, Sally. They are nice. Yeah, nice, but I haven't got enough of them. I like one for sort of, not every single colour, but I like one for oranges, one for yellows. Yeah, they feel nice. The other thing for me is my wrist aches after a bit, or my finger does. Now, whether this is because they're makeup brushes and they're designed for me to put them on my face or not, I don't know. But I haven't got the original ones. So that's that one. And now, I'll come back to that in a minute because I want to show you something. Now, these are the Inkylicious brushes, and I would liken them, they are actually ink blending brushes. They're called Ink Duster, ink blending brush. As long as you use them with the same family of colours, they're okay. Yes, Vic, you can actually put a blush brush on. You can use makeup sponges. These this is basically what I'm trying to show you and how they use, but there's a number of things. You can also put them on with wet wipes, but the card, that's something I will be doing at a later date, but it's dependent on the card again. Okay, let me just check. All right, okay, Maria. I was writing it on a baby wipe this morning. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I did that earlier, but I'm not convinced. So I'm going to have to convince myself with a little corner of one of the pads with that, because if I try to do it, then, I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I will use them because they are good. Now these are a totally different kettle of fish because they're quite harsh, but they are very soft once you get used to them. That wasn't an orange one I got, was it? Here's an orange one. Got lots of them. They're not cheap, but the other ones who does something similar, but here's a more for stenciling, I think, is Clarity, Barbara Gray. So with these, you do have to, you should always do that on the card first, just to see how much ink you got on, which is where I got the idea from these. And then it's a matter of just going back and forth with them. Let me go on the other side so you can see. Just to build them up. Oops, not holding it right. So go around the edges. I haven't used these for a long time. They used to use them all the time. So that the colour does build up nicely. I'm going to spend longer on these now just because I want to use them again. That's come off there because you've got a big mark there. That's not the brushes, that's because it was on my finger. Okay, and then you use it like a pencil to make it darker. Now these took a long time, but you can see how smooth that is. Really. See how smooth that is. Now of the other ones, which was the first one I used? That was the Cut and Dry, so I quite like that one. I do like these. I use these a lot because I find them easier to just change over, otherwise I've got to have all these things out. Now one little trick I will show you does work a bit on here. Let me just get some ink on there. Put that down there. So these build up very much like, yeah, I'm getting to like them. These build up very much like the Inklicious sponges. And if you don't know who Inklicious are, they're a family-run company. You may, if you've been to any of the craft fairs, you'll have seen them at the paper craft shows, certainly NEC. They manufacture all their own stamps in house, and I believe these are exclusive to them. They make them. You see. I'd love to keep them in separate little bags, Maria. But then I'd use all the little bags. Yeah, I don't like them getting contaminated. No, I don't like it because I don't think I'd use it again. No, I don't like that one. Right, so I was going to show you with these. Now, I do know this works, and let me come back up so you do need it. We need it back up to show you what I'm doing. There we go. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting my spritz, and I'm just going to spray my screen with it. I'm just going to can clean your brush with it as well. So this was the back I did this. And all you need to do is very, very lightly, is just bring it across. Didn't have enough water on there, but there you go. Less is better because you can always add more. I don't know if you can see that. No. Perhaps I'll put a bit more on, and then I don't know if I can see it. Must be midday. Let's come from this way. No. Let's come in. Now, if you, I don't know if you can see, well, you can see the lines there that went down. When you bring them across like that, you know, if you've got a moon shape and you want to bring some wind across, you just do that. I think this moves. Do you get what I mean? Or am I talking? You've got a basket for the bags. I can lose the basket. I can lose big boxes. Yeah, you've seen Inkylicious. They're brilliant, isn't they? Emma there, she is amazing with these inks, what she can do. They look so easy. They once you get used to them, they are brilliant. Can't remember which one this was, but this, I'm going to go over there. This should work the same way. I'll put a bit more over it. No, they don't. It doesn't work as well. You can get a little bit. But doing this would be great for doing water. You've got the lines there. If you can see it very well, I'll have to do a moon or something and show you it done. But if you've got, like I say, a moon and you want the black coming across, it's going to be better with a. I should have used a darker colour, really, shouldn't I? Tell you what, I am. Oh, I've been here half hour. I haven't done the card yet. If I got blackout, I have. But it's a fine. Now I'm going to leave that for another day. We've got another demo. If you wasn't here at the beginning, this week's second demo is going to be 7:30 on Friday evening. Can't do it tomorrow because we're going to the hospital. And I thought I'd try 7:30 in the evening for those who are overseas. Hope that I can include some of them in what I'm doing. It's not necessarily a beginner's one, but it will be. You know, I always explain things. Right, let's get on to what I was showing you in the first place, which was this card. It's not going to take that long, trust me, even with me. So I'm going to put these away because I'm going to use this because I bought a lot of new ones. Where are they? Here we are. I've got all mine in this nice and tidy in this box. Look, that's the tidiest they've been. They were normally shoved in the drawer, but at least I know they're all in one place. You'll have to come and tidy mine up, Maria. Right. Okay, I think I've caught up with all the comments. If not, I will answer you after. Right, let's go in. Before I do that, I need paper. I'm just going to rip some paper. The one I did last time is too big. Not sure I like that one. Just keep ripping it until you've got something that you like. Just take this back a little bit. I hope I've got enough room. Basically, this needs to fit your stamp. So I'm going to use these visible image stamps. I love this set. Only had it, that's my new favourite one because I've only had it for about a week or two. And I'm going to, there's one called I Choose to See the World in Bold Colour. So I'm going to use that, and it's that one. So I need to make sure that that will fit in there, and it will. And what we're going to do is decide where you want your sentiment, which I'm going to have it about there. And get your card, put that over, turn that round, and then turn that round as well as tightly as you can. And that is very organised for me, Maria. I still can't find anything in there. I've had to make all new ones of these in different colours and put them all in one little compartment, because most of them I'm going to have to wash or throw out or do something with. Right, I'm using I've got 3 colours. You need a light, and then one that will go over that, and then one that will show through that. So I'm using these 3 colours. I've got I'm just going to test that it's not too bright. And I'm just going to go in quickly. I'm not going to faff. It's a good crafting word, faff, isn't it? And I haven't decided what I'm doing on Friday yet. The other thing is, I don't know if it's a silly move or not. Some of you are in Lou Withers' Junk Journals and Mindful Media group, and you will have seen something that she posted last night asking if anybody wanted to do a live, and I very stupidly volunteered. And she's only got 12,000 in the group, so I don't know. So some support. I said I'll do it Monday. Some support would be good. I've not got a clue what I'm going to be doing, because obviously it can't be a card. It's junk journals and mixed media, so. So that's my weekend taken up. Not lots of ideas, but I got too many things here that I start doing one thing. This is where this lockdown has been a bad idea for me, because we're saving money on petrol. I've just been buying craft stuff, and I'm not even sure if I get to use it in a million years. I will. But I'll keep flitting from one to the other. I think that's enough. I don't want to be rattling on. Right. Then I'm going to take a stencil. These are all on Create stencils. I do like this one. If you haven't got one of these, then circles would be good, squares would be good, any shape would be good, as long as they've got an open. There's an open bit in them. If you haven't got a stencil, cut them out. Just cut out, I don't know, a card, and die cut some circles, or you can punch them. They can be whatever you want, but you do need open. Do it this way, so it's the right side up. You do need open ones to do this method for it to work the best way. So I think I want one of my big circles there. And what I'm going to do is take the orange. Really, oh, sorry, Stuart's going. Yeah. Yes, oh yeah. Would you believe it's my Body Shop shampoo? Yes. Right, yeah. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm going to go round in the big hole. But I find that if you just, in the smaller ones, just sort of twist, you're going to, I don't think I've ordered any more craft stuff. I'm sure that's my Body Shop stuff. That's my Saturday night relaxation, because there's no football. That's my present to myself. Some nice Body Shop pampering stuff. Oops. Now, because that is there, you don't want to go talking around. Make sure you go down, not up. Forgot that was there. I mean, they don't have to all be uniform. Oh, you'll be there. Great. Thank you, Maria. She hasn't told me. If I said I'd do it Monday, she hasn't told me for definite. I know she got a lot. Yeah, I'm going for it, Sally. I'm not sure it's a good idea yet. 12,000 blooming people. I mean, Lou's fantastic as well, you know. So I did one of her workshops a couple of weeks ago. No, don't take that off. Stop thinking. Right, get your next stencil, which needs to be sort of like a pattern one. I'm not sure if this was All and Create or somebody else. I looked for something that was sort of like that. Yeah, that I can. That was A5 as well, so I could do a whole thing on a jelly plate. So, and then we've got pink. See, Maria, I've lost them already. I think when you're this morning already. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. It's in my tidy box. Wow. I haven't lost anybody yet, have I? Right, nearly finished. Now I'm just going to go over with this one, over this stencil. This is why you need to have the colours going up in darkness, otherwise you're not going to see. Now, of course, there's a lot more you can do with these Distress Oxides, but there's too many things to do in sort of one lesson. Oh, lesson? Did I say lesson? One demonstration. I've just got to remember now there was something else. Right, I think that's okay for now. I'll just lift them off. Lift them off. And you've got a break in there. Should I bring it down? See? That's really cool. I'm just reading Sally's comment. Oh, thanks, Sally. Yeah. How did I know what? How did I know what, Maria? I've lost you, or you've lost me. I'm thinking about other things. Right, so that's that. Did I shout then? Didn't mean to. Of course, what we can do then with what's left on here, more so this than this, is spritz it with water. Be good if I did it away from my paper. Have I got another card? Look, I have another card. I bet it won't turn out now. And I'll have wasted a card. Yeah. Beautiful, apart from up there. And then I can probably get another one out of there, but I'm not faffing. And I can do the same with the other one. We'll just do it quickly just to see. How can I get that out of there so I get something in that corner? Doing that. There we are. Leave that to dry somewhere. And that's another background. Even if I don't like the background, I can use it for stamping on. So just get rid of this. I'm not being wasteful because most of these are things that I haven't, may well have gone in the bin. Because they're second pages and stuff for things that haven't come off or things that I haven't wanted on the printer, so I save them. Right, where was I going now? Right, let's bring this one back in. It's not the one I did this morning because I think that may still, yeah, it's a little bit damp. So I'm going to bring this in and we're going to go for, we're going to stamp. And I just realised I haven't got my stamping thing, so I haven't got my new favourite stamping thing, the long acrylic, so I'm going to just use a block. Quick thinking here. Anyone hungry? I'm starving. Okay. I'm still doing the spreadsheet for anybody watching on YouTube. I've got a spreadsheet going in my group so that I can find out what people, what tools they've got, what they'd like to learn, etc. So I can gear these around. And everybody had stamps, and almost everybody had stamps and ink. So, right, I'm using VersaFine Clear because it is my new favourite for stamping. It's fantastic because it brings out all the details. It stays open quite a while, so if you're using it with other things like I am here, you need to blot it. Blot it. So let's get a bit of everything in. Upside down, but it won't be upside down because I'll turn it around. Right, let's have a look at some of the what's going on about so oh just think of them watching, you know, their socks got it. What are the colours used on that sheet? I've only used 3 colours this morning. I've used the picked raspberry, scattered straw, and carved pumpkin. I've got another yellow, but the scattered straw is a lot lighter, so that's why I use that. I've done quite a few different colours with this. That was the darker yellow, so it wasn't, it was a bit too dark to bring other colours out, so I didn't do them. Right, what am I going to do here? So I'm just going to cut this out now. I know I should be doing it on a it's straight. Of course it's straight. Right, is this the one I did today? Yes. Ooh, it's going to look nice in there, isn't it? Now I'm going to put this onto a black card. Unless this is for beginners, we're all going to have to, you have to sit through and watch this again. Scattered straws on your list. Yeah, it's a lovely yellow. Right. Just going to use double-sided tape. End to end. Yeah, so don't forget, if you can make it Friday night, it would be good. If you can't, you can watch it on replay, as you know. Do you know, I go from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. I used to use wet glue, didn't I, all the time? Right, I got some repositionable tape here, and the reason I'm doing repositionable, when it works, is because I can move it around to get it straight in. So do my usual trick of, well, not trick, you know. A new way of relaxation coming in next Wednesday. The football's back. Yay. Right. That was the upside, wasn't it? No. Oh, that was a good match. I eyeballed this morning and I didn't measure it. I hate measuring. That was quite good. No, yes, I do. I was just going to see whether I thought I needed some black card, and I do. I am going to glue this one. Cosmic shimmer acrylic again, because it'll dry very, very quickly, and it'll give me time to move it around a little bit. Just putting a tiny little bit, so it will be enough to stick it, not over the edges. And I'm going to go up here. And do I trust myself cutting it out again? Yes, I do. Good enough. Oh, that's perfect, even if I do say so myself. Sort of perfect. There we go. And some standy things. Right, these are double-sided foam tape. These ones I've got are, oh, sorry, you can see. These are some, these are 3mm, I believe. And they're the longer ones. So I'm just gonna, oh, perfect, look at that. One on either end and one in the middle. When I first started out, I thought you had to have them all over the place, and I was cutting little bits out here and there. God, some 11 years ago now, I think. And time goes quickly. And then I'm going to just put that by there. And this is much better than the original, if I do say so myself. And there we have our cone. Let me come back out. No, that's back in. There we go. You're not supposed to see all the mess on my desk. And there we have it. So I hope you like that. As I say, Friday night might be a bit more, I don't know, might be a bit involved. It might not be. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah. Be used for something that can go with my other million backgrounds that I've got. Yeah, I still haven't played with that lovely tree that I've got from Lavinia Stamps. That's my reward for getting all my work done. I'm not allowed to. I told myself. Okay, so that's me for now. Have a go. Any questions? I'm always around. And hopefully I'll see you all at 7:30 on Friday. If you can't make it, can you tell me? And then I'll see how many can make it. And if there's not many, then I'll change it. Okay, so I shall see you all then. Have a lovely rest of the day. Oh, lovely. Okay, then we'll go for 7:30, Sally. I've got at least one. I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.